What up, Hoop World? This is No Hezzy. I am your host for tonight, Black Mo. To my left,
your main man, Leak. What's up, y'all?
I got one question for y'all, man. Defense wins All-Star games?
Well, that's the narrative that's writing itself.
That's right. We're going to get into that tonight, among other things. Mainly All-Star weekend recap.
Yep.
Some interesting stuff going on. Shout out to Kurt on the boards as well. Can't forget about Kurt.
What up?
Shout out to Schwab, man. He couldn't make it tonight.
Yes, that is the scenario. So,
You sound like you don't believe that.
well, hey, listen. Sometimes people, they get stuck up or they can't make somewhere, and it is what it is. The show must continue. One monkey don't stop the show, as Goody Mob quoted about
Schwab getting full of himself, essentially.
So Schwab would be like CeeLo Green. Nah, shout out to Schwab. He's a little under the weather, but he'll be up here next time.
Yeah. Hopefully we make him proud. So let's get right into this, man.
Yes, All-Star Weekend.
Yes, the USA versus the World game was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on that game just as a whole, and then your thoughts on the actual game on the court. How do you like that concept, the USA versus World aspect?
I like the concept. It's exciting to think about. But at the same time, it's always a letdown. So it's interesting.
Is it because of the fact that they're young guys and they really haven't grasped the game, or they're not trying? What do you think it is?
I think it's more so of like an all-star kind of thing. I think they're
trying to look cute.
I think they feel like I think it's like their little, their little perg all-stars basically.
Right.
It's like their little version of their all-stars, and it causes inflated egos, and these guys think they could trot around, in colorful shoes, and have themselves a gentle pickup game.
It's their idea of what the All-Star game is, right?
Absolutely, and to me that's almost sickening, right?
I think another glaring thing about this game that stands out to me is the lack of development on the American side. I mean, you see these guys come in from Europe, and they seem to have grasped the fundamental aspects of the game way faster.
Yeah.
Of course, on the USA side, you got a lot of athleticism, and you got a lot of cute moves and handles. But you look at the world side, and Bogey's out there looking like he's a few years ahead of them in their progression. So Bogey being the MVP.
Well, they play professional basketball as well.
A lot of those guys play pro young though too, right?
Yeah, they play professional ball. They're coached by professional coaches.
What does that say about the American system?
The American system is more kind of. I see you got talent. Let's cultivate it. I see you can go to college. Let's get you in there. I see you can be a one and done. Let's get you out of there. So
I see I can make money of you.
That exploitation, essentially.
They kind of move them along. Yeah, absolutely. Exploitation. Yeah, it's exploitation of the game. Absolutely.
And we'll get into that, I think, at some point on No Hezzy.
Yeah.
Because I know we each have our own thoughts on that. But as a whole, where do you rank the game that happened on Friday? From 1 to 10, what do you give that? How many Hezzies you give that?
Yeah, I give it like 6 Hezzies.
6 out of 10 Hezzies?
Yeah.
Kurt?
The whole All-Star Weekend?
No. We starting with the US versus the World game.
Oh, that one I'll give 7 Hezzies. 7 out of 10 Hezzies.
Is that because Bogey lightweight made Sacramento proud?
That's part of it. Buddy had 29. So
Buddy did get off too.
Lightweight just got off lightweight.
Yeah.
Between those two.
What did D Fox end up with?
I don't remember what he ended up with, but he had some nasty plays, especially like some dunks and some steals and stuff. But not really, it was everybody. I mean, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he had some exciting jams in the lane. I personally, I thought that the home team representatives didn't really show anything for, you know what I mean, Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma. Seemed like they were coasting a little bit. I don't know if you caught that, Lee.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're at home. They're at home, and they're like everybody came to LA, so they're I think there's another more relaxed sense to them. Kyle Kuzma came out and had like 20 or something like that, though.
Yeah, but he also looked like he was just kind of chucking off some shots.
Well, I mean, that's what they're gonna do. A little bit of defense, a lot of shooting.
Yeah, overall, I agree. I'm probably in between both y'all. I'll give it a 6.5.
If they ramped it up, you know what I mean. If they decide to take from,
well, why not? You know.
Well, yeah. If they take from the All-Star game of this year, and we'll get to that, then I think if we can see that intensity wrap up, then those games, you know, they got the potential to be, you know, good.
I mean, I thought the concept seemed interesting enough, you know, being, you know, you would think it would create a competitive nature when you got national pride, I guess you could say, versus guys that, you know, pretty much coming into your sport essentially. Mm-hmm. But as a whole, I mean, it's a bunch of, you know,
absolutely.
It's part of my friends, but it's a circle jerk essentially.
Now, right? I got a question for you. If you could change something about that game, that rookie sophomore game, World versus USA, what would be a change that you would be looking to make?
Get rid of it.
Just axe it all together.
Rookies don't need a game.
So don't give them a game.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. They got summer league already, right?
That's true. Right. They got to come back for summer league.
Let them earn that. Like create, and that will also create more competitiveness in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
In addition to the changes that they're already making, it'll make it feel more hollowed. Right. You know what I mean? Right. We just entitling these boys right now. They can showcase their little kicks and, you know, get their little commercial opportunities, right. You know, endorsement deals and such. And I get that. I'm sure that probably helps funnel money into the NBA. But I mean, if they're not gonna really if they're not gonna compete and they're not gonna take it seriously, then I mean, why even have that portion of the All-Star weekend?
So what do we replace it with?
Oh man,
I haven't thought about that part yet.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far, Kurt.
Yeah, we just wiped it off the map.
Well, do we need a Friday?
Now we got open space.
Do we need the Friday?
I mean, do they want your money? do they want ad money?
See, that's want to be entertained. See, that's what it's kind of turning into, right?
Oh,
they stretching this thing thin.
They're not going to say, "Oh, it would be tasteful if we just get rid of that game and just leave Friday night open for someone else to do business." Yeah, good luck with that, Black. Listen, this is what they're more likely to do, Black. Is scrap that World versus USA thing and actually just go ahead and treat it like an All-Star game. Make it East, make it West, give them the same jerseys as All-Star players. But
they've been doing that. That's what they did before they made the shit.
We'll take it back, man, and make it seem like it's actually like a mini little All-Star game for them.
Okay. So you're saying that the fact that the format is the way it is, they're not taking it serious? They're not taking pride in the fact that you got Dario Saric.
I don't think it's that
gallivanting up and down, throwing up the 6 guy all on your home court. Right. You ain't gonna take pride in that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's necessarily a calling to that game. It makes people want to tune in. I'll say this: you do it East and West, and you allow guys to play like it's an actual All-Star game, and maybe they'll ramp up the competition and take from the older guys, and then you might actually see a good game. Remember, the All-Star game just happened, so now next year is when the youngins will get their chance to show if they're going to take that mantle as well.
And we'll get into that further. But all in all, I think we all feel a little underwhelmed by the U.S. Versus World game, so to speak. So, moving from that, did you guys happen to catch the Kobe Shaq interview at all?
I caught pieces of it, but I didn't though. Did you? Of course you peeped it.
Kurt, did you peep it?
Nah, I'm so over that whole thing. I'm past that. I'm one of those Kings fans that I'm over like Kobe and Shaq period, and I'm over the whole we didn't win the Western Conference Finals thing.
And that was definitely mentioned in the interview as well. Kobe even referring to the Kings as the Queens in the interview. So there's definitely still some bad blood there. I did peep it though. I thought it was good. I mean, it wasn't as emotional as the Magic and Isaiah Thomas interview, of course, because those guys. I mean, that thing was pretty deep, but it was interesting to see the dynamic between the two. Shaq definitely being, I mean, they're both obviously champions and competitors, but Shaq definitely seemed like he was the more lighthearted one, whereas Kobe was a sociopath, so to speak. So it was interesting to see that, and I suggest anybody watching this, if you like hoop and you follow that whole beef situation, I definitely recommend watching that. It was interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'll let you know my thoughts. See what I think about.
Follow you on your IG. See if you bloviate on that further.
See if I bloviate on what I think about Kobe Bryant and Shaq sitting down 1-on-1
over their chips.
Over their chips and bah at each other. All right. So what we got next? It's also now All-Star Weekend is oversaturated. So not only is there Friday night events, there's also Saturday
night events.
Which is
Are we even gonna go in on the celeb game? Is that even worth going in on?
I forgot all about it.
I mean, do you guys watch that? Viewers of No Hezzy right now, man, please let us know.
Listen,
are we missing out on the celebrity game?
We got to decide right now. Are we going to be the guys that talk about All-Star Weekend celebrity game in depth?
Like, is that what No Hezzy is gonna make their bread?
Or are we gonna ride over that thing?
I said we kill that thing. We ride right over that in Saturday, and we get into
skills challenge.
Skills challenge.
Yeah.
Now, first and foremost, like I asked for the last segment, what are your thoughts, Kurt and Leek? What are your thoughts on the skills challenge as an event?
I'm just gonna say I look at it like every other event from there. Like, these things they're not serious and they're not to be taken serious. It's literally entertainment. Do we want to watch these guys spin around in a circle with a baseball bat on the ground and then try to pass the ball through tires? You know, if you
that's
want
literally
to see
what
Joel
they're doing,
Embiid
right?
do that, I do. Maybe not everybody does, but
and they might be a little inebriated as well,
and
right?
they might be. That's all that it is. It's just a 3-day circus.
It's pomp and circumstance.
It is
It's
a circus.
pageantry.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, none of these things are to be taken serious. Like, if we scrap one thing, scrap them all. Just scrap All-Star Weekend. Okay? Let's just don't give us a break in the middle of the season.
Right.
Give us
Just
hoop
keep
all the way
going,
through.
right? I mean, I'm not, and we'll come back, we'll circle back to that, but I'm not necessarily opposed to that theory.
Of course you're not.
These guys need a break, man. Come on. Hey, I'll tell you this.
A break from making their millions.
A break from
vacation,
the rigorous travels of and playing on the hardwood 3 to 5 times a week. Hey, listen. I'll tell you this: what I learned about the skills challenge. Joel Embiid is a cheater.
He said he didn't cheat, I believe.
He's a cheater. I saw him cheat. You can say whatever you want. I saw him cheat. He literally threw the ball. You know, there's a passing part where you have to pass the ball into the circle, and he passed the ball, and it did not go in.
And he just went.
And he picked up another ball and threw it to the side, and then ran off. He literally picked up another ball and was basically like, he looked like he said, like man, forget this, and threw it to the side and ran off.
Right.
And he literally did that. And then I even seen him like, there's a part where you lay it up and then you dribble the ball up court and then you stop at the 3-point line and you shoot the three.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid dribbled the ball 2 times in that. He traveled so much before he shot his three, and he made it too. And I was just like, dude, like I can't with this dude. He's the type of dude that just bend and break your rules.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. Well, I mean, a wise man did say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Nah.
A wise man said that?
Or a cheater.
Thank you, Lee.
Or a conniving man said that. You drank that Kool-Aid.
I'm gonna be. Can I be 100% honest with you, Kurt, and the No Hezzy audience?
No. Of course.
I did not peep the skills challenge.
Okay.
That is probably my least favorite of the All-Star Saturday night events.
This is a new narrative. Hoop fans skipping All-Star Weekend events. Okay.
Nah, I'm not. I mean, listen, I still get up for All-Star Weekend. I've been watching it since I was a kid. I still have memories of, Vince Carter with the perhaps the most perfect dunk contest run. I still remember the 3-point battles with Ray Allen and Reggie Miller and Peja Stojakovic, Dirk Nowitzki. So I love All-Star Weekend. I just skills challenge, the 3-ball they were trying to throw out there for a while. I mean, you could do away with those, man. We could definitely replace those with something.
Well, the skills challenge, I believe, to me is for the kids specifically. It's almost like an aerobics course for the players.
Well, why don't you just have kids do it, man?
Well, the kids, they get to fill up the arena and see this little pageantry event.
It looks like the skills challenge to me looks like something that they would do in between quarters if they had enough time.
See, now
they would call a fan
That's
from
just disrespectful.
They would call a fan from row 204 and a fan from row 107 and have them compete in the skills challenge for tacos after the game.
But isn't the whole point that it's not fans doing it? It's NBA players doing it.
Yeah,
isn't that the whole point?
Black, you are.
Like you don't
No,
even
you're
sound like
sounding
you
right
want it
now.
all.
I'm on my Schwab, right?
That's why.
Yeah.
Hey yo, the host automatically takes on a whole new energy.
You absorb that host stone.
That host energy.
He's got the host stone.
Listen, I've got the mic and I'm calling the shots. But I mean, yeah, I hear y'all, man. But it's always like, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm a fan of the idea of having a one-on-one tournament. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about that.
Yeah, because that's exactly what guys want during the break. They want to get hurt trying to overcome.
But come on, how hard are you really going, man? For you to get hurt playing one-on-one, you can't handle a one-on-one to 7,
two dribble one-on-one,
or a knockout, something that
requires
some type of.
You can't let
there's an intensity there.
I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. Nah. That would be tight. That's like a little old school.
Like a tournament, like a one-on-one tournament.
Right, but yeah, I don't think the league.
Imagine KD and Bron meeting up
right
in the playoffs of that tournament, possibly the championship of that tournament. Y'all wouldn't get up for that. We wouldn't watch that.
Man, the clash.
Kurt, you wouldn't tune in for that.
Listen.
I don't care about that.
All-Star Weekend ain't got enough paper for that. All-Star Weekend don't pay. Their contracts don't pay enough for that to put them on the spot like that.
That would get sponsorship money though.
Absolutely.
That would. I mean, you could pay-per-view that, right?
Well, you got to break them off, bro. That's extremely extremely polarizing to have them play one-on-one. That's like the ultimate
expose.
I mean, that's like. I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's like Mandingo fighting. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You know what I mean? What? I mean, you're basically putting these two guys in front of the world stage and saying, basically, beat each other. You know what I mean? So anyway,
yeah, I can't believe
that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about a one-on-one.
This is what a Schwablish No Hezzy episode sounds like. All right. So, all right. How many no hezzies do you get a skills challenge then, Kurt?
No, I didn't watch it either.
So what are we talking about here, then, right?
Listen, I'm gonna give it 10 no hezzies. All right.
He's obviously trying to campaign for Adam Silver right now. After that, we had the three-point shootout.
Yes, sir.
Which is one of my favorite. Events.
Yeah.
I mean, we had several shooters. Gordon, returning
champion. Yep.
Klay Thompson.
He was a champion before.
PG-13.
Yep. Who else? We have Devin Booker, of course.
Devin Booker was in there this year.
We also have
Wayne Ellington.
Wayne Ellington, who's become who has achieved the 3-point shooting badge in Miami this year.
And he's wearing that amazing Miami Knights jersey. Oh my goodness,
man! Those jerseys, the Vice jersey.
Vice jersey, yes.
Man, those. Honestly, Nike they've had their issues this year as far as jerseys are concerned. But some of these alternates that they're dropping have been very, very, very tastefully done.
Yep. And I like how they've been waiting towards the middle of the season to drop more jerseys. So that way it kind of keeps it new as the season goes along. It's very innovative.
It's like almost like a PlayStation
update.
Like a pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get an update pack.
It's like a new NBA update.
Yep.
The teams get teams get their
life imitating art, so to speak.
New tech, yeah. But yeah, 3-point contest. I think we named all the guys in it. And what I don't like about the 3-point contest, I love 3-point contests. But what I don't like about it is that every year there is going to be somebody who can shoot very well, who is going to shoot horribly.
Yeah, and this year, who was that?
Paul George.
Didn't he airball a 3-point shot?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and see, that's the thing is in this contest, it's always you always see the dichotomy of a guy who can shoot in game well, as opposed to a guy who can shoot in game and in drill.
Off a rack.
Yeah, in drill. And you can tell who practices and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Because Paul George is a really good in-game shooter. He catches in rhythm.
He's a good practice shooter, all that. I think it's just a rack. I think he never shoots off a rack.
Yeah.
So he's like, whoa, you're thrown off by it. And he came with the nonchalant attitude as well. He's already GOAT.
Right. And see, that's my thing too with All-Star Weekend. Yeah. That would make it better automatically. Is if cats just took it seriously to a degree. I mean, like, everybody's in chill mode. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's trying to look cool, especially on the Saturday, because they know, I'm sure they know that they're going to turn up after all of this takes place anyways. Yeah. So, I mean, I get that, but Paul George was definitely a little too cool for school for the 3-point contest.
Absolutely, which Russell Westbrook was very excited about Paul George missing, all those shots. Keep his confidence down while he's in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Russ can use that to further dom him.
And the fans were also campaigning for Paul George.
Yeah, and Russ told them Paul's not going anywhere.
Well, unfortunately, Russ doesn't have a say in any of this.
We think.
Was he trying to T'Chaka Paul George's T'Challa?
Lightweight dom this man into signing his his contract with Presti and joining him. Anyway, 3-point contest that went down, and who was there with the vengeance was the winner, Devin Booker.
Devin Booker had a historic last run as well. It was like 28.
I think he made his last 2 racks for sure.
I had him picked before the 3-point contest.
Of course, you did.
To win. Just why you say that?
Of course you did.
Why you say that?
I'm just saying. Of course you did.
Are you saying I have? You saying I'm lying, or either I'm lying or I have a pet in this situation?
Hey,
which one is it, Leak? I ain't never seen a bloviator so quiet.
I was just slipping that in. You weren't supposed to necessarily stop. So, yeah.
No, but I mean, he's one of the league's shining stars. He's asserting himself as that guy who can knock down an open,
and he was in it
or
last year
contested
too,
shot
wasn't
at
he?
this point.
Wasn't he in
I
it
think
last
so.
year? Yeah. So it's almost like like he's like, let me get mine real quick. Now I'll no longer do that.
Right.
And now I'm moving on to consistent all stars.
Right.
Which I can see him making an all star appearance next year.
Absolutely, he could have made it this year. Really, if it wasn't so many guards in the West.
Well, there's gonna be there won't be a shortage next year.
Right.
Now with the addition of Elfrid Payton, we may see an influx of productivity from Devin Booker or efficiency.
Yeah, because he's definitely. Now they have their facilitator.
Well, it's either that or it's either the Suns have their facilitator, or Elfrid Payton is OTL, which is out the league. There's no gray area in that.
I think this will be good for Elfrid Payton.
Absolutely, this is his last stop.
He needs a change.
Let's be clear.
I feel like the change of scenery is always that's a rejuvenator for a lot of guys that were kind of comfortable struggling where they were drafted. So I wish him well.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for Devin Booker because this is probably the only piece of hardware he's gonna win for a little while. So I hope he's cleared space in that trophy case.
Well,
I don't doubt that he has it. I don't doubt that he has space.
Could Devin Booker win MVP in this new NBA climate in the next 2 years or so?
The only way he can win MVP is if Phoenix is on a chip run.
You have to be on that run. Huh?
Yeah.
There's no in this.
If you're not a playoff team, you could pretty much forget about that.
Absolutely.
Now whether he could win he can't even win MIP at this point because he's consistently gotten better each year. So I don't know what this guy short of him going to the chip.
He's got to leave Phoenix.
Now they own his bird rights though, so they can pay him the most money. I guess we'll see whether or not that's what's important to him or not.
We'll see where his loyalty lies.
Right. But are we moving on from the 3-point contest?
Yeah.
How many hezzies are you giving 3-point contest?
That was pretty lit. But I don't like how Klay had a round where he didn't shoot too well, which is really strange. So I guess guys shooting off the tray, maybe lightweight passing, lightweight a nice crisp pass.
But wouldn't that take too long though?
I guess if you have some type of nice elaborate system where there's a ball constantly in rotation,
less shots in each spot,
and at the end of the passing trail, which is the passer from directly to the shooter, maybe it can be one of the guy's teammates because I'm pretty sure there's going to be one of them there.
Hit him in their spot.
Exactly.
I can see that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
So I wouldn't be mad at that.
I think you do have an issue as far as time though. In that case, and then the rules get a little hairy. Can he dribble that after, or does it have to be a catch and shoot? Can he get a running start?
Yeah, right.
Because then now everything changes. Right?
I would say they can definitely take a rhythm dribble if they would like to. I think we would extend the time based off of what we think we would need to acclimate this new process as far as.
Now, what do you think this would do though? What do you think? You think this would just be?
Well, a lot of guys don't shoot off of racks year round.
So basically, we should accommodate these. Anyway,
I'm mad you got me going into detail and explaining all the. All right.
Anyway, the Saturday night's Shining Glory event, the dunk contest. Who do we have in this dunk contest? Who we have? Or did we say how many hezzies we get? We didn't even give hezzies.
Yeah.
How many hezzies did you give a 3-point contest?
I give it 12 hezzies.
See, now you're just going against the whole ranking process.
I'm saying,
Kurt,
you trolled me.
Kurt, do you wish to rank the 3-point contest?
No, not really.
Yeah, so another underwhelming event on Saturday night. I give it 8 out of 10 Hezzies. It's probably one of the more entertaining events of the weekend. But now we move to the dunk contest, where we had Dennis Smith Jr., Larry Nance Jr., Donovan Mitchell.
Yep.
And the Wakandan pride, Victor Oladipo.
Wakanda's own Victor Oladipo.
What'd you think about the dunk contest?
Pretty much same thing with the dunk contest. Every year there's going to be somebody who's a pretty good dunker, a pretty explosive dunker that's not going to be able to execute their dunks. Their eyes are going to be a little bigger than their stomachs. You know what I mean? They're going to bite off a little more than they could chew. This year it was Victor Oladipo, and I was impressed with Donovan Mitchell. I was also impressed with. I wasn't impressed. I was Dennis Smith Jr. His last dunk was what I expected of him, but I think he did get robbed of that because I do think he should have extended on to the next round. It should have been. Dennis Smith Jr. versus Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion. Larry Nance Jr. dunks, they are impressive, yet he is 6'10", and he's doing extended windmills. He does have hops, but it is not quite as sexy as when a 6'2", 6'3" guard executes some ridiculous, homage to Vince Carter.
I was very underwhelmed by the dunk contest. I'll say that. I've been very underwhelmed by the dunk contest, aside from Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine's run, which were, those were probably, that's arguably top 3 best dunk contest runs of all time at this point. I'm just, there's just only so many dunks you can do, man. There's only so many dunks that you only jump so high. I feel like now now the whole game is reruns. It's like let's bring back a nostalgic dunk and throw on another jersey. Invoke a GOAT, right? Invoke a GOAT spirit. Take his dunk and take his celebration even now. And hopefully the voters will react to it. And on top of that, now we got voters that have never played a professional game in their lives are voting now. You got DJ Khaled over there who probably has a 10-inch vertical leap voting on dunks and lowballing some of these guys who some of those dunks were worth way more than what they're voting. So I don't know, man. The dunk contest is just a novelty act at this point.
So let me get this straight, Black. I think I'm finally piecing together your narrative. Is it true that you want to get rid of all of it and just have the game on Sundays?
I think that All-Star Weekend, Friday and Saturday, are overrated. They are overrated, and they are
by
now
who?
by the fans and the players and the media. I think that what this is clearly a ploy for cash.
But is the NBA a charity or a business?
It's a business. But I don't have to partake in it. I don't have to partake in their business. I don't have to sing his praises like we see a lot of the talking heads do. Here on No Hezzy. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? You guys think it's overrated, underrated, not rated at all? Where do you?
I don't think it's overrated. It's pageant. Like any other pageant. They've had fashion shows. They have, it's entertainment. You're either entertained by it or you're not. And if you're not, you don't watch it. I didn't watch most of it. I watched less of All-Star Weekend this year than I well, I don't want to say than I ever have, but within recent years, I watched much less. Usually, I like watching like the G League game. Most of the time, I enjoy watching the celebrity game. Quavo was the MVP, by the way, because I'm just being entertained. You know, you got Paul Pierce, who has a team, and then Jamie Foxx, who has a team, and that again, it's just about the entertainment of it. It's not a serious game. None of the games are really serious. We want them to be, but that's changed, and it'll never be the way that it used to. But they did make this year more competitive than they ever have, and I know that's the last thing we're going to talk about.
So, Kurt, basically what you're saying is I should just shut up and enjoy it?
No. I think you should open your mouth and talk about it, because that's what Mahezi is about. But I don't know what your expectations of it are, because it sounds like you have unrealistic expectations of what's it's supposed to be. Which, like, it has never been what you're talking about it being. Even when we were kids, it wasn't that. The All-Star game itself was better, but the three-point contest was always the three-point
So here we are in the delusional world of a so-called hoop purist.
No, hear me out.
Basically, this is what happens when a casual event is talked about by a non-casual fan.
Well,
hear me out, y'all. Hear me out before y'all ether me off.
We've taken this trip with this hoop purist on this hoop shroom. Now we're in this delusional world where All-Star games are supposed to be.
Before y'all kill me off, hear me out first, okay? You guys have to admit that the dunk contest has become more and more diluted every year.
No. Well,
we're running out of dunks, Kurt.
Look at what happened last year.
We're running out of dunks, Kurt. We only got so many dunk packages.
We had the bet. That's creativity. That's up to them. Because you can't tell me that Zach LaVine last year and Aaron Gordon wasn't the best dunk contest you've seen since Vince Carter. Yeah. And don't underrate.
Shout out to my man Jason Richardson as well. We cannot sleep on Jason Richardson as well.
Who else? Got Nate Robinson and with him and Dwight Howard went against it. That was entertaining as well. It wasn't mind blowing brand new dunks, but how many times can you reinvent the wheel? That's a loaded question. As many times as you can reinvent the wheel. It's up to them to be more creative. Because we've seen guys who are dunk professionals on Bleacher Report all the time doing these crazy dunks, dunking like disjointed shoulder over the back.
It would be a shame.
And I'd be down for that. Honestly.
Well, you got to wait for them to get there.
No, but all right. So
they already got a show on TNT where those guys got a whole show where they're out dunking. Yeah,
so if you got those types of expectations, then maybe you need to be OTL.
No. I'll say this. I'll say this because I never want to bring up a problem without a solution. My solution would be, aside from creating, all new events, that maybe it's just a matter of the flow of the Saturday night where. I'm in my mind, I would take the 3-point contest and spread that out instead of having that be one portion. You open with the first round of the 3-point contest, you eliminate the people who are eliminated from that round, you go into the skills challenge, you go back to the second round of the 3-point contest, you have that round, eliminate who's eliminated to create a championship. You have the dunk contest, which in my opinion should not be the main piece of the whole event night on Saturday, and you end with a shebangy bang shootout. That would be tight. That would be entertainment.
What's a shebangy bang shootout?
You got Devin Booker versus Klay Thompson in the finals to end the night, and just have them shoot it out for the last round. Championship. Build it up, make it a thing. You know what I mean?
Is there like a camera on a crane as this all happens simultaneously?
They still keep it the same. They alternate. One person goes first, the other person goes second. Yeah. But I'm just saying, create like some type of entry for this thing. Make this thing like they can make it more entertaining. Is all I'm saying. But anyways, man. Maybe I'm taking it too serious.
Yeah, Black.
That's what it sounds like.
And I wish all spaghetti had sugar built into it. But they don't always get what we want. So
see, no hezzy community, man. You see how black mothers treated when Schwab's not here. When Schwab's not the butt of the jokes.
This is what happens when you're the host. This is how the host gets treated.
Hey, so what do we got next, man? We got the All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
Or are we going to talk about the Legends dinner? Okay.
Are we gonna?
So we got
so
the All-Star game, right?
Are we gonna be? We got to make a decision whether or not we're gonna be the show that talks about the Legends dinner.
Or are we going to be the show where we talk about Clutch Sports? They did a party that they had.
Or are we going to talk about Lonzo hosting his own party on Saturday night? Where he seemed like he had seemed like his knee was feeling pretty good. I don't know what you think about that, Leak.
Yo, man, this dude had his Diddy Bop going. He had his Diddy Bop. His MCL looked fine. He got good extension.
He even stood on the hurt leg for a minute and did like a little finesse move too. Like he was almost taunting Magic Johnson. It looked like he was dancing in the face of Magic Johnson. It looked like. Man, what do you think about this dude right now, man? We're midway through the season. Yeah. We've seen a large sample size of Lonzo. Where are you at with this guy right now, man?
What have we seen? 20 games, 25 games, maybe?
We've seen more than that.
No, I don't think so. He's been out.
So he's been hurt.
Yeah, he's been hurt. Yeah.
All right.
Y'all see this energy, no? I can't make this up, yeah. I think I also, I think that his 3-point shot has been something that's not norm for him, something that he's not used to experiencing. So that's taking a toll on him. I think most of it is confidence, but other than that, I think his tempo is pretty much. I think he has like the fastest tempo, like per dribble in the NBA or something like that. Some weird ESPN stat.
Right, I was gonna say. All right.
Okay. But I think his IQ,
his plus minus is. Yo, get this guy out of here, man.
Bro,
he doesn't want to be a GOAT.
Gosh.
If he doesn't want to be a GOAT, then go somewhere else, man. Send him to Milwaukee or something like that, man. I'm sorry, man.
I know you brought him up just so you could pin him to a wall and beat him in front of us.
No, go ahead.
I mean that's not a big deal, man.
But all right, so getting back to this weekend,
he's just fine.
Getting back to this weekend though, how do you feel about someone who's supposed to be out hurt?
Yeah.
Who, I mean, clearly, he was not laboring on any
I'll tell you
leg.
this.
What is that?
I'll tell you this. When's the Lakers' next game? Whenever the Lakers' next game is, I am expecting to see Lonzo Ball on the floor.
So he should be playing come first game after All-Star break.
I think so, just because he's been out for an extended period of time. It's a 2 to 3 week injury. He's been out for I think a month and a half, and also he sat out the All-Star because he wasn't quite ready. It seemed the rookie,
I'll say so.
The rookie game, and then he gets caught dancing. I'm thinking with him being able to dance and the extended break after All-Star, that little space in between for healing as well. I think he should be ready to go for at least on a minutes restriction.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Triple B's certainly isn't hurting from him being hurt. That's for sure. He dropped a mixtape, had a little release party. Also,
Tape fire too.
Reports that he charged like $200 for autographs during All-Star Weekend as well. So Triple B is definitely in the plus column,
business,
if you will.
Business is booming.
I'm sure LeVar had a couple pop-ups as well.
Yeah, he was there. Yep. Shout out to LeVar. Shout out to the big baller.
Should we know Hezzy the dunk contest? Should we put Hezzies on there?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a dunk contest 7 Hezzies because Donovan Mitchell emerged as a young superstar in the NBA.
See, I feel like they were pushing that narrative as well.
Absolutely, that's why he is emerging as a young superstar.
Well, I personally felt like Larry Nance honestly had the better dunk in the final round, and I thought that they DJ Khaled and Mark Wahlberg kind of hated on him a little bit.
I think Donovan Mitchell's extension on the self-oop off the backboard when he caught it down by all the way down there and brought it back and jammed it hard and jerked his whole body with it. I think it just sent an energetic wave through the whole NBA as a whole, through the whole NBA fan base, letting them know like I'm here, I've arrived. You know what I mean?
Personally, I'm not a fan of the jersey switch up on both parts. I thought Larry Nance, we get it. Your dad.
They're trying to separate themselves. It's not.
Furthermore to that point, Donovan Mitchell did the Vince dunk. I mean. It's like
Black Schwab.
It's like trying to repaint the Mona Lisa. Like, come on, man. Just create your own moment, But I give it 6 out of 10 Hezzies. I wasn't really impressed by a dunk contest. But moving on to Sunday,
yes,
which was the main event.
Yes,
we got the new format.
Yes,
the new format was there, where LeBron and Steph were able to pick their own team out of the roster.
No longer East versus West.
No longer East versus West.
Bron versus Steph.
Bron versus Steph. Almost like Biggie versus Tupac, right? Essentially. Fighting for philosophy over the NBA.
I never looked at it like that, but I'm sure you've got a thesis you'll be presenting.
Nah, no narratives in this one. This one was all pure fun, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was at Schwab's house. Family opened up their household so that I could come through and peep that. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. No, actually, I saw it a little later because we was out bowling. But I peeped a little when I was out. When I did get back, I did run through it, and it was interesting. The ending was very interesting as well. I did like the ending.
Yeah.
And it was pretty intense.
What I liked from the start was the fact that it was more competitive, and that was something that they were preaching pretty much all year with this whole switch up. Was that this would give them more of a sense of urgency. It would create a level of pride, and that they weren't going to just make it a layup drill this year and try to jack up as many shots as possible. So I did enjoy that. No one got hurt. Mm-hmm. There was no, there was no scary moment. So you can play an exhibition game with some effort and not get hurt.
Now this is my thing. Do they get a little more competitive next year?
I don't see why not.
And then after that, do they get a little more competitive then?
It sounds like you're creating a narrative before our eyes right now. I'd like to hear this one.
I am. Where I'm getting to is, do you keep getting more competitive until someone gets hurt? And then we say, oh, let's tone it back down. All-Star Week is supposed to be about fun.
Nah, see, I think that you have to find a balance. I mean, like it doesn't have to be so polarizing where it's either we play Olay defense or we're playing Game 7 in the NBA championship.
Well, you don't have to be playing Game 7 to get hurt.
That's true, but you can play. I mean, these guys play during the summer.
I'm just
saying.
Let's
not act like we didn't see videos in Wakanda at Carmelo's secret hideout hoop court where these guys are literally going at each other's necks in pickup games, playing with guys that are in college and guys that aren't even in the league. So, for us to think that this one game out of, in the middle of the season, while they're in the best shape of the season, that they're gonna just somehow this is gonna just somehow be deadly for their career. I'm not buying that, and I'm glad that they showed that this is something that they can do, and still have fun, still make it entertaining. And I was happy with it. I was very excited to see that.
Yeah, your narrative sounds like Jason Whitlock. So we got Black Whitlock.
Oh man, I'm on my Colin Cowherd right now. What's up, Schwab?
I'm just saying, man.
What's up, Schwab? How I doing, Schwab?
I appreciate the effort, the intensity, and I'm with that. But I'm just saying, I know that we're going to encourage that as well next year, and the guys are going to feel obligated to also continue that,
as they should.
And now, at some point, we've got to say, as a hoop society, we've got to say, all right, guys, that's enough. That's a nice little balance. We've got to be the ones to say, hey, you don't need to go that like where's the line going to be drawn at? Because are we gonna coax them every year to get more intense?
See, now you're creating a thing now. Now, no one's saying that with basically you're painting a picture of in 5 years exactly. Where is this gonna be? Somebody gonna blow their knee out.
I'm on my Nick Wright.
You're painting a dystopian all-star future. And I don't know if I could agree with that one either. No, but overall, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was I liked the effort. I thought the fans enjoyed it.
And who stood out to you? What play? I know Braun won the MVP, of course, and deservingly so. But who stood out to you? You know what I'm saying? Who kind of jumped out the shoe?
Man, it's crazy because somebody who jumped out didn't jump a single time in the game, and that's the great Jimmy Butler.
And what about him sat down to you?
Yo, why the heck did this guy even go to the All-Star weekend? If he wasn't gonna play?
Well, he was invited. He was even given a patch for his GOAT jersey.
Listen. Jimmy Butler not playing in the All-Star game is like getting invited to a potluck and coming empty-handed. And eating everything,
bro. He decided that he needed rest. He wasn't going to participate in the festivities. They had a push. He knew Thibs was going to be breaking him down to the bone. He decided not to participate. I mean, I don't get what's the
okay. So when you get invited to the All-Star game, you turn that down and you allow somebody who actually wants to play in the game to go. Why you would take up a roster spot knowing full well that Lou Will and Ben Simmons and a bevy of other players have been campaigning to make this game, you just laugh in their face and sit out? It's very disrespectful, and I am confused.
Incentives. These guys get extra money to win All-Stars, different incentives to get to performance incentives, and even the endorsement contracts. That's why Jimmy Butler made sure that he made the All-Star team and didn't care about playing, because he obviously doesn't care about the game, but he cares about getting that extra $2 million, that extra $3 million that'll pay for some of the taxes that get taken out of the $1 million check. That's why these guys.
Man, is that where we at?
That's what we've been at.
I mean,
the Jordan era.
Yo, this is hashtag new NBA, right?
Yo, remember Jimmy Butler was picked. He was the last pick of the first round, so Jimmy Butler wasn't guaranteed any of this. Exactly. Jimmy Butler is like, I'm in the new NBA. I'm gonna make it mold to my, I'm gonna make it mold to my terms.
So he's on his Killmonger.
Absolutely, his Killmonger. He on his
burn it all.
He on his his Mordo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that to me, I feel like that was a very deplorable thing.
Of course
but at the end of the day, it's business, right?
Yo, you've been anti.
Yo, these cats are worried about their brand more than they worried about the logo in front of the jersey, man. And aside from the team, the logo on the side of their jersey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe they need Jordan on the logo so these cats can respect the game. I don't know. But I personally wouldn't. If I got invited to the All-Star game where I didn't plan on playing, and I know that there's guys out there that have been playing hard and that, they may not ever get the opportunity to make. How many times has Jimmy Butler been to the All-Star game?
So you turning down $3 million $4 million so somebody else could live a dream?
No, I'm playing. It's that simple. Like he could have played 4 minutes. He could have played 4 or 5 minutes and sat down.
But if he was going to play 4 or 5 minutes, not caring about him even playing, wouldn't you rather have someone else play who cared about playing for 4 minutes?
So now you pay me into a corner.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is the reality of the question. Like,
that's what I'm saying. He was out of line for that. And Jimmy Butler needs to rethink. He needs to look in the mirror before a season, before the second half of the season starts up. This is Black Bones No Hezzy.
So we're basing the rest of this guy's season off of an all-star weekend that is unentertaining.
All right. So here's my question. Here's my question. What was so important that he couldn't play? Like, what did he do?
Maybe he didn't
That's
feel
the
like
question,
playing.
right?
Like, literally, like, if he didn't feel like playing, like, is he helping that team if he doesn't feel like it?
Right.
Possibly.
He probably said, what I'm gonna play for. I'm not.
Or maybe he said, "Hey,
Sounds like you guys are condoning this behavior right now.
I feel like we got a realistic shot of knocking out some teams that we're not supposed to beat this season, and I'm not going to risk a glorified pageantry game because instead of competing in a game that doesn't matter, I want to dig down and be the dog that I am and compete against these games that do matter.
She's like, I'm gonna let them exert themselves."
Right.
You know what
yeah.
I'm
Go
rest
ahead.
up.
Put the miles on your body.
Yeah. All that sounds.
At you when it counts.
All that sounds incredible. You know, when you put it so clear like that. But
that's if that was the reason.
Right. But I'm looking at one of the guys right behind us in our logo. I'm thinking about Michael Jordan, who has 6 championships. I'm thinking about the great Bill Russell that's sitting.
About Kobe Bryant.
That's it. I'm thinking about the great Bill Russell that's sitting courtside, who could barely walk, who's still showing up to these events. And I'm saying, hey, man, these guys put their bodies on the line before me and still were able to be successful. Jimmy Butler ain't won nothing.
And maybe Jimmy Butler
taking
playing.
it easy, like he got 5 rings or something like that.
Or maybe he's taking it easy so he can get his first ring.
LeBron James has 3 rings, and he was going the hardest, and he was the oldest All-Star in the All-Star game.
And that's why.
So if LeBron James can go hard, I don't want to hear anything from Jimmy Butler, who has yet to win anything.
Hold on, but you're talking
Let's
about.
Let's be very clear about that.
You just mentioned like 4 of the greatest players that ever played in the NBA.
And isn't that the point?
And Leak just told you that this guy was late first round. I thought he was second round, but late first round. He's already not even supposed to be where he's at. Maybe, like you said, maybe he is storing up his energy so he can get his first. Because let's be very clear. He's not LeBron James. He's not Kobe Bryant. He's not Michael Jordan. He's not all these guys.
Let's be very clear. Minnesota's not winning anything. So he can save that up for all he wants.
Well, see, so now you're saying because they're not going to win anything, he should go out there and he should play more minutes. A competitor wants the highest award, not some glorified MVP.
Kurt. All I'm saying is you play 4 minutes, you go sit down. You don't not play at all. How do you not play at all?
He just showed you how.
Yeah, he did, and that was a deplorable act. And he should be ashamed of himself.
Did it even come out that was his decision?
But anyway.
No, time out. Did that even come out that was his decision, by the way? Because I never saw that in all the reports.
From the sources. He said he needed rest.
From my sources, I heard.
He said it was going to be, he had to prepare for the second half of the season.
From my sources.
So what are we knocking this guy
for? From my sources, I hear that Jimmy Butler had a great time Saturday night.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure Jimmy Butler has a great night.
I'm pretty sure they all did, but he was the only one that did. He's got to be the first guy that log a DNP in the All-Star game. When healthy, like, come on.
I doubt that.
Come on, guys.
I'm pretty sure Tony
Parker.
And
you guys are condoning this right now. I can't. Where's Schwab at?
I'm fine with it.
Hey, remember
Schwab, where you at, man? Come on.
Stop competing in the All-Star game.
I can't believe you guys right now, man.
I can't believe we're giving this much time on a glorified game that means nothing for that. Like, at least if it was baseball, where it's like, whichever Division I, you guys get home court advantage. Now you're talking about a game that actually matters for the games.
But that's not
this
fact.
Doesn't matter.
That's not a fact either because they just changed that.
Jimmy Butler taking control.
MLB just changed that because it wasn't creating enough competition. So that wasn't even a thing.
I think Jimmy Butler taking control of his narrative is not anything new. I think he did that when he denied the extension and bet on himself and got a max deal off winning Most Improved. I think he did that when he said it's either me or Hoiberg to the front office.
So Jimmy Butler has a history of being a selfish player in the NBA is essentially what you're telling me. And that's fine. But that doesn't you guys are gonna make me feel bad because I'm calling Jimmy Butler out for this act.
I'm good with you calling Jimmy Butler out for the act.
Sorry, Hezzy.
But I want to look at the other side of it. If you're talking about a competitor, you're putting more stock.
Schwab's calling in. Right?
Oh my gosh!
Doesn't this guy know we're shooting the show right now?
Hey,
what?
Can I put him on speaker?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my gosh!
He was hungover. Let's be very clear. Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, no. Let's be very clear. Schwab's hungover. Schwab's pulling in Jimmy Butler. Go ahead, Schwab. Can they hear him?
Yeah.
Can the people hear Schwab right now?
The people can hear Schwab right now.
Can the people hear Schwab because y'all are sounding horribly slanderous right now to the NBA community for letting Jimmy Butler slide on this slanderous activity. All right.
Yes.
You could have easily given this spot to Ben Simmons.
Oh my gosh! You know what?
Oh my god.
Yo,
go ahead. Hey, preach it, Schwab.
Yo, hang up on this guy, man.
So you mean to tell me if this guy really is hungover, that's what we're gonna do?
But y'all are both sounding like some pessimistic Schwabs right now. And next Sunday is gonna be Armageddon. And y'all are not gonna like it. Schwab out.
Hey, yo, shout out to Schwab for coming and dropping the gauntlet.
Dude, call for the depths of purgatory.
Schwab called and dropped the gauntlet on No Hezzy.
Every K Ross.
And I'm hot. I'm hyped.
Just called in live for Wakanda.
Just Schwab out. Yo,
but anyways,
Listen.
we've already spent too much time on that subject.
Yo, shout out to Jimmy Butler.
Shout out to JB.
Like one of the nastiest competitors in
Y'all sound like y'all on triple B's right now.
Nah, Jimmy Butler's nice. Shout out to MJ's son.
No, but as a whole, aside from that blunder, the game, in my opinion, was honestly more entertaining than what I thought it would be. And who would have if you would have told me before the All-Star game that the All-Star game would come down to the last play and a defensive stop to win the game, I would have said, man, I'll take that bet. If you want to put money on that, be my guest.
Well, the last time we had that was when Kobe was when LeBron passed up the shot.
You mean when the GOAT? Go ahead, proceed. Go ahead.
Yo, to me, he's not the GOAT though. So
that's fine.
You know. So yeah. Anyway.
I mean, people can be casual. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, when you rip your whole style from another man, you literally emulate, walk, talk. You even put your tongue out. You even taste the air with your tongue like him.
He created his own lane
version of that. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I was entertained. I think I like the competitiveness. I like Bron looking to compete because that did change the tone. From there, everybody else had to follow suit. Steph was a little boggled by the
intensity.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't really. I don't think he was expecting that. I don't think he acclimated to that either. I
thought in the first half, the way they were shooting out, like I said before in jest, it was almost the difference between their philosophies on the game. Whereas Bron is, sheer physicality, as well as, a lot of fundamental skill, passing, and kind of getting in the lane and playing a little bully ball. His roster reflected that. Thought like his roster was comprised of other physical freaks like him. You know what I mean? You got your KD with a 7-foot wingspan who plays like a 2-guard but looks like Kevin Garnett. Right. And a couple physical guys. Westbrook, Kyrie, guys that kind of, they're kind of throwbacks to the era right before. Yeah. And Steph's team, I thought, was comprised of, a lot
Paul
of shooters,
George
a
was on
lot
Bron's
of.
team too.
What'd you say?
Paul George was on Bron's team too.
Yup. And Steph had Clay, he had Draymond, he had Harden. More finesse, right?
Which just to be clear, Draymond Green is no shooter.
No. But I'm saying
right.
Draymond also is a poster child for small ball.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I mean, he plays 5 in some lineups. Right. So I thought that it was a nice, interesting reflection of where the NBA is actually at right now. And overall, I mean, came down to the end. It was a close game, and maybe the popcorn, wasn't sitting well in Steph's stomach, so he couldn't make a play to end the game. But
yeah, what do you give the? Actually, Kurt, what did you think about the All-Star game?
It was the last few minutes, especially obviously the very last play was entertaining.
Yeah.
To me, honestly, I mean, even though the scores were closer, it was still just an all-star game to me. Honestly, it was just,
Kurt, you sound like you don't like All-Star Weekend.
I just wasn't into it this year. I generally like I said, I really like it to the point where I'm watching even the G League stuff, like the G League dunk contest and the G League, All-Star game and whatnot. This year I just wasn't really into it, but I mean, the dunk this went up a little bit because of how intense it was coming down to the wire, and then the dunk contest was entertaining, especially when it came down to the last two. But yeah, it was whatever. What did you think, Leak?
All-Star game was pretty interesting. It was last, gave my take already. Last couple minutes are very intense. I like seeing, Bron D up on Curry at the end of it. That's always entertaining. But if there were any changes or adjustments, Adam Silver is taking suggestions. He has a cue card box. What would you drop in, Black?
I'm actually fine with what they've done. And I'm hearing that they're planning on televising that pick too. So I think that'll bring more entertainment to it as well.
I need that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at where what they've done with this. I think it created a little bit more. Guys not only get to play with guys that they normally wouldn't be able to play with in an All-Star game, but guys get to play against guys they might not normally play against either. Because you had Westbrook opposing Steph, which hasn't happened yet. Steph going against
Westbrook opposing
KD.
Steph?
Yeah. Westbrook being on Bron's team, Steph having his own team. So they're able to guard each other in an All-Star game, which doesn't happen because they're normally on the same team. You know what I'm saying?
Westbrook and Steph?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like in an All-Star game. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying, because they're both Western Conference. Right,
yes,
right,
yes. So that dynamic also creates more competitiveness. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Right. And I think moving forward, if they keep this going, it could definitely get pretty interesting to see, how different players pick their teams and stuff like that. So I thought it was tight. Do we comment on Fergie in the national anthem, or do we just let the internet memes be internet memes?
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to decide what type of company we're gonna be from here on out. I say we pass on it.
Okay, I'm fine with that as well. Shout out to Fergie.
Yeah. Now, Kurt, would you have any adjustments that you would make as far as the All-Star game goes, as far as the format that they've adopted?
No.
Okay.
I think all in all, All-Star Weekend.
Do I get to say?
Oh, so you asked this question so you could get your adjustment in.
Well, no, I just asked both of you too. So
okay,
I probably
go ahead.
I'd like
or do you want to host the show?
I like to.
That would be my next question. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think if as long as they air them, it would be interesting if they were to put them on teams right before the All-Star game as well. That'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, man. I mean,
All in all,
I give it 11 no hezzies.
He's gonna keep trolling the ranking system. I give the all actual game 9 out of 10 hezzies. I thought it was a successful change, a rebrand, if you will. So I think that was a good look. Okay. Now this is a part of the show where
Kurt, did you have any hezzies for the All-Star game?
8 out of 10 hezzies.
8 out of 10 hezzies.
Now, Black Mo, you're trying to move this thing along, and I understand.
Well, I'm just trying to do my job and be the host,
right.
Like Schwab would expect me to do in his stead.
Now I've got a question.
So now we just completely just take. We just gonna take over the show.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think this question is pretty worthy. I
Okay.
think you guys enjoyed it. I think the No Hezzy audience would. What did you think about the All-Star Game jerseys? Did you hate them? Did you love them?
Leave comments. Subscribe. Shout out to Anthony Fantano.
Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it?
What did you think?
You're the best.
Transition.
Hey, I think I liked them. I think they were pretty nice. I liked the not necessarily that one was white, one was black. I did like that the logo.
That was very polarizing.
That was absolutely. It said a lot.
Especially with Chadwick Boseman in the audience as well.
But what I liked, I did like the logos on the front of the jerseys. I liked the All-Star down the side. It looked like some nice compression technology that Nike got for Shuri.
They were whatever, honestly. I thought this was probably the laziest they've looked so far in the last few years. They basically had their own jerseys, but they were just white and black.
Right, yep.
So,
well, there wasn't their own jersey. It was just a logo of the team on the front.
Right. Yeah. They were whatever, man. I don't know. Now, if we really want to discuss something, the kicks were probably more impressive to me than anything else.
I wasn't interested.
No, bronze kicks were amazing.
Bronze kicks were pretty interesting.
And then the undefeated Kobe ones were also amazing. And then KD's shoes were also dope.
Yeah, I saw he had some.
There were some kicks. I wish if I would have had some prep time, I would have sent you some pics, Kurt. But Kyrie had new colorway as well. I'm sure Steph had something going on with Under Armour. And God knows what Klay Thompson is wearing on his feet these days. But shout out to Anta. Shout out to any of our Asian viewers out there in the Asias. No offense to Anta. But moving forward, is there anything quickly, because we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna try to get out of here in a decent hour. Quickly from each of y'all, I want to hear one thing you guys are looking forward to in the second half of the season.
Let's see. I'm looking forward to. Honestly, I'm looking forward to Lonzo coming back and seeing what the Lakers look like with everybody kind of healthy, with IT on the floor, and just see how they round off the season, see how he rounds off his rookie year, and just kind of see what that whole situation looks like. That's pretty much what I'm most looking forward to. But there are other things, of course, that I'm looking forward to as well.
Kurt?
I'm still just looking for even though they're looking better, but OKC, I want to see them gel together even more because, although they probably won't end up beating the Golden State in 7 games, though, we've seen what happened the last few times they played. The bench is just too weak, I think, for them to beat them over 7 games. So I just want to see them gel together a little bit more and just make it maybe more of a series than all what it would be if they meet.
I am looking forward to seeing the East play out. I think it's going to get very interesting coming down to the wire. Cavs made their little move. That was their chess move. Will Gordon Hayward come back? We don't know. Still don't know. will the Celtics be able to, right the ship? They were on kind of a downslide before the break. Will they be able to right the ship and get, become competitive again? Or will Toronto actually play up this year in the playoffs? That's a big question mark, right? So I'm interested to see the dynamic of the East come playoff time. But overall, I'm excited. We're at the point now where we're pretty much looking up to the playoffs where all sins will be cleansed.
I mean, so far I've been this season has been very engaging.
Absolutely,
it's been very exciting. It's been jam packed. It's been all types of treats and Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I mean, all types of ridiculous things that have never happened in NBA history. You know, like a superstar trading away his whole team and bringing in new guys. So I mean, we're in the new NBA where anything can happen. But I'm so far I am very satisfied up to this point in the season. I appreciate Adam Silver's product.
Yeah, man, Adam Silver is probably the best commissioner in sports. Period. Right now, the way he handles, he's just handling the brand. Like he's listening to the fans, he's listening to the players, and they're just putting out and creating great products. So, moving forward, I'm just excited to see where they go. And now they're even talking about switching up the playoff model a little bit. So that'll be interesting looking forward. Did we miss anything?
I don't think we do.
No, I mean in the episode, did we miss anything?
I don't think we did.
No? I wish I had all the info.
If there was, that's why we missed it.
Follow us on YouTube, No Hezzy Hoopcast.
Yep.
Follow us on Twitch, which we're on right now.
No Hezzy Hoops.
No Hezzy Hoops.
And on Twitter,
at
No Hezzy Hoopcast.
And then on IG, No Hezzy Hoopcast as well. I do want to give a shout out. Leak, can you hold my mic real quick?
I got you.
And apologies to the Laker universe, but I got plugged with a gift from DJ. She works with the Kings esports team, Kingsguard E-League team.
Word.
So shout out to DJ for blessing your boy with the merch. And now if you could just get D Fox or Willie Cauley-Stein to visit No Hezzy, I think we would all be blessed by that. So
and shout out to DJ. I'll say that. And now you, on the other hand, we've got some things to talk about.
We're gonna talk. Well, I'm the great marketer, so everything is for a reason. But we'll discuss that.
Yeah. You just need to explain.
I just like shock the No Hezzy community a little bit.
You got some splaining to do.
No, but for Schwab, who's not here, and on behalf of all of us, man, thank you guys for watching the show. We'll be back to normal next week, and you guys have a great second half of the season. Let's get it.
Yeah.